Welcome to the Tree Book fan page. I'm Doug Still, host of This Old Tree podcast.
And I'm Georgia Silvera-Seamans, host of the Your Bird Story podcast.
And this time, Georgia, you have a book about trees, but also about celebrities.
Yes, I do. And the celebrities range from novelists to singers to pop culture icons. The title of the book is Seeds, One Man's Serendipitous Journey to Find the Trees that Inspired Famous American Writers from Faulkner to Kerouac, Welty to Wharton. The author is Richard Horan, and the book was published in 2011. So I wrote about this book actually on my personal blog. Horan is a landscape historian and archaeologist, and the book is a cultural history of trees. It's sort of a biocultural history, actually. Horan seeks out and collects the seeds of trees associated with novelists, historical figures, landscapes, and pop culture. His adventurous nature is revealed throughout the book, as in this excerpt from his visit to Muhammad Ali's favorite tree, a northern catalpa, in the yard of Ali's childhood home in Louisville, Kentucky. And I'm going to read that excerpt. Ali's childhood home was exactly halfway down on the right. There was only one house on that side of the road with a big tree out front. Guess whose it was? Catalpas have the largest leaves of any tree in North America, about the size of a standard sheet of paper and shaped exactly like a heart. The tree looked to be about 75 years old, more broad than tall, with hundreds of engine oil brown bean pods dangling from its branches like chocolate Christmas ornaments. I took a running start and jumped, trying to knock it, a seed pod, down. I wasn't even close. I tried several times and was so intent on my mission that I didn't even consider the possibility that people in the surrounding houses might have been watching me. I finally took off my belt and hit the pod with it like a piñata. It was full of seeds. I chose this particular excerpt because I think it conveys a lot of the spirit of this book. It's he's got a great sense of humor. He provides a lot of context. The descriptions of the trees are really detailed, and you get a sense of his passion for both the people and trees that pepper his book. Seeds, it's also part literary and part field guide. The book includes darling little illustrations of seeds, seed pods, cones, samaras, acorns, nut cases, buds, and leaves. And Horan weaves in lessons about tree physiology and nomenclature. Many of the novelists featured in this book wrote books that are considered part of this country's literary heritage, many of which I have not read. But learning that those writers were also tree lovers kind of makes me want to read more of their work.
Absolutely. And did he also research what they might have said about the trees? How does he make the connection?
So he actually had a very long list of different types of people, both people who have a sort of direct relationship with an individual tree and people who mention trees in their writing. And so there's sort of like a really great diversity of people and landscapes in the book, and then the trees that are associated with either person or place.
Sounds like an interesting way to get into it, his view into which people and which trees are important.
Yes, that's right. And I think if you are a fiction reader like myself, I love to read fiction, it's really great to know which tree species have inspired one's favorite fiction writers.
That's great. And you have one more quote?
I do. It starts out by the author talking about growing up in suburbia and the trees that were part of his life. He writes, "I have come to believe that where we played as children, so utterly consumed in the moment, is intricately woven into our emotional and intellectual circuitry, and we carry the leafy landscapes and odors in our souls throughout our journey on Earth. Even if we don't encounter trees early on, we find them around us at critical points in our lives, when we are in love, in turmoil, at peace. In so many yards and parks across America, ancient trees have stood proud, watching all like gods. They are both as silent witnesses and active partners in our personal history. I have to say, it has captured so much of what I feel about trees. And his reference to ancient trees reminds me of the very good work that you do on your podcast, Doug.
Oh, thank you, Georgia. Well, I think our listeners are really going to like this book if they choose to pick it up. And if you like what you heard, you can purchase Seeds by Richard Horan using the affiliate link on this page. 10% goes to support our efforts, and 10% goes to support local bookstores. Thanks for joining us on the Tree Book fan page. See you next time.
And keep reading.